Hi everyone, I'm Sir Samersa and this is Stuff You Like, where we combine awesome films and TV programmes with fangirling, critical analysis, sarcastic subtitles, and funny pictures that I found on the internet. This week's fare is Beauty and the Beast, so let's dive right in. Full disclosure, this was my favourite film when I was 8 or 9. We had a VHS tape and I watched it, and watched it, and watched it, mostly because of Belle. Even though she was a Disney princess and contractually obligated to want more, she was cool and read books and didn't quite fit in, so I liked her a lot. The original fairy tale amounted to a public service announcement for arranged marriage. Yeah, your husband might be a cad or a brute or a dipstick, but with the power of love and or Stockholm Syndrome, you can change him. And he will be princely. Disney got out their customary whitewash, added utensils who like show tunes, and a classic was born. This film was huge. The animation was stunning, the songs were fun, and Belle is relatable to nerdy bookworm girls. Not that I know any of those, but if there's one thing Disney knows, it's how to appeal to little girls, but we'll get to that. The plot. Spoiled boy prince disses enchantress who turns him into a beast. Only love can break the spell. Belle wants more. Gaston wants Belle. She's having none of it. Belle's dad is sort of kidnapped by the beast and Belle swaps places with him. Shortly thereafter, she has a massive row with the beast, thinks, "Screw it, I didn't sign up for this," and hightails it out of there. Sensible girl. Wolves, fighting, saving, patching up, more arguing, tentative understanding. She teaches the beast how to read, he gives her a library, the anthropomorphic servant utensils sing and dance, and they start to fall in love. Belle's dad goes after her alone because the townspeople think he's nuts. The beast lets Belle go when she sees her dad dying in the magic mirror, and after some wrangling and blackmail threats, a mob of angry French peasants, and a song, ensue. We don't understand, in fact it scares us, and this monster is mysterious at least. Gaston kills the beast. Belle is sad because I love you. And the spell is broken. Disney death for Gaston, rehumanization for everyone else. Yay! So what's it all about then? Disney decided that a moral of obey your husband, oppressed and battered wife, and maybe things will turn out okay was probably not a great one to go for. Good call, Disney. So instead they went for beauty is on the inside and love is transformative. Gaston appears handsome, but he's an arrogant boor with no consideration for the feelings of others. Beast starts off animalistic, see eating and reading, but he's capable of change. The recurring motif? Books, and their use as a representation of imagination and insight. Beast relearning how to read is symbolic of his rehumanization, long before he actually gets his hot Disney prince body back. As for our heroine, she gets a lot of flack for condoning abuse. When? I mean, she offers herself in her father's place, but as soon as she feels threatened, she gets out of dodge. If she were a man, especially a badass bearded one, sacrificing herself nobly, she'd be fated. Double standards. What to the power of ever. She's a proactive Disney heroine like Ariel, who I'm personally not very fond of, or Jasmine, who I like better, or Mulan, who I like a lot. Belle puts up with the raging temper tantrums until she feels threatened. He gets violent and she gets out of dodge, promise or no promise. And that's turning point 1 of the movie. Beast goes after her to save her, but that's not enough, and anyway it's his turning point, not hers. I mean, sure, she's grateful, but she lets him have it anyway. It doesn't make up for his previous behaviour. And nor does he expect it to. None of his servants can stand up to him, being household items and all. The analogy is not an abusive husband, the analogy is a spoiled little brat of a child who's been allowed to have their own way for far too long. And she calls him out. And this is the important bit. He listens. And
I've never
changes.
felt this way about anyone. I want to do something for her.
So, yes, the kidnapping plot is creepy, and I'm not saying it isn't. He's still effectively her jailer. But when her father's in danger, he offers her freedom. He realises that he's being a complete monster by keeping her and lets her go. Even if it means that he and his servants are sacrificing the chance to be human ever again. And whether or not that's wise, it's still character development. He was the first Disney prince to ever really get any. I mean, Prince Philip is an interesting character, but he doesn't change over the course of the movie. Adult Philip at the beginning when he meets grown-up Aurora is the same as adult Philip at the end, except adult Philip at the end has an enchanted sword. But Beast got a character arc. Anyway, to get back to Belle, she doesn't say the magic words until she's free, which is perhaps cold comfort to those with their knickers in a twist, but we do what we can. Movie Belle is one of my favourite Disney heroines. She's clear on what she doesn't want, even if she's not entirely sure what she does want. She's kind and loving and intelligent, and yes, so far so bland, but she's considered an oddball. She's not universally loved. People think she's a weirdo peasant with a book fetish, so well, at least she's pretty. And moreover, she's ultimately the arbiter of her own destiny, and can't really ask much more than that. Movie Belle is awesome. But Belle has another side. I would say it's her dark side, but it's more like her glitter side. Because for better or worse, Belle is a Disney princess. Yeah, we're talking about them next week. Things could get glittery. But to sum up, Beauty and the Beast is still one of my very favourite films, and there is no shame in watching it until the VHS tape warps. Not that I ever did that, obviously. See you next time. Bye.
Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme.